in our life, when we think about ourselves, what is holding us back and who we really are. So there is a question of that all the time. And we define ourselves by thinking this and that, so and so, based on things that we have been through, based on things that we know and that we have studied. So that's more of a kind of we are defining on the basis of our thoughts, that who am I? And in the meantime, because of that thought and that thinking process, we are thinking about the future, that is going to be, and this is should be, and I should be in that position, like that. So we are constantly thinking, and we being a thought ourselves, that who we are, and we're defining ourselves. So the practice of meditation, and particularly in Theravada Buddhism, and this what we call the insight meditation, is to finding that thought process, knowing that thought process, and then understanding that thought process. So to understand that thought process, first of all, we have to have a still body and still mind. That normally sometimes it's called the samatha meditation, or the concentration meditation, or the tranquility meditation, like that. So that basically finding stillness of body and the mind. And once our body and the mind become still, in our general life again, it's very easy to stay quiet, physically quiet, not speaking, not opening our mouth. But that doesn't mean we stop talking. We talk a lot in our head when we stop talking. But when we are talking, we are just talking just the limited words that is necessary. But when we are not talking, all sort of thoughts going on. Like this one, I don't like that one, this shouldn't be like this, he is so nasty, she is not nice to me, going on. And that food I don't like, I shouldn't be there, I shouldn't be here, I should not be liking this and that. A lot of things going on. So we speak more when we don't speak. So that's the thought process going on. And the stillness here means not just the bodily still, but also mentally still. And mind never stays still. It will not stay still at all, always, constantly working. What we call the tranquility meditation is just having a one object. That doesn't mean it's not thinking. It is thinking, but thinking only one thing, being with one. So that's the stillness. And in Buddhism, that is not enough. So we have to understand it. So once this body and mind become still, we have to let it go. Right? Letting go here, not just the letting go of anything which is not wanted, but letting go of our thought process, what we think, what we are thinking, what are we doing with the thoughts. Letting go. And knowing this letting go will help us to healing ourselves. So the vipassana meditation or insight meditation is to understand these things, that how it is conditioned and how it is conditioning to be here and now, what's going on, and then leading it to the future. So understanding these will help us to let it go, let it be, and then able to be as we are. And then we will be able to understand who we really are. So free from thoughts, and then we will know who we really are. Do not define who am I with the thought. Do not define yourself, who you are, with what you know, what you have been through. But knowing how I am thinking, how I am forming on top of the thinking, and how much it's affecting us. So Vipassana meditation is therefore to understand the nature of the mind, and understanding that these are just a process going on. And through that we will be able to see. And in Buddhism, just the theory is not good enough. We can learn so many things. That's just a philosophy. Buddha said, Four Noble Truths, or Four Foundations of Mindfulness, Three Characteristics, or Dependent Origination, and so and so. Heaps of books, heaps of teachings. The 84,000 skandhas, dharmas, they say. So if you are just reciting that and do not practice, it's just like a spoon stirring the soup. How good this soup is, right? The spoon doesn't know. We're just staring, oh, this soup is good, this soup is good, this soup is good, but not taking a taste of it. And that doesn't help. So, what Buddha's instruction is to practice it. So, drink a soup and know whether it is perfect soup or not. And do we have to add a little bit of salt or sugar to make it more sweet? Or need a little bit of heat, or add some more things, ingredients, to make it delicious as we prefer it to be. So that's the same thing with the practice. The more we practice, we become a skill in that practice. So it depends on how much we practice. No matter what we practice, we become a proficient on that. If we do not practice, we do not know how to cook. I remember when I was in Thailand for 8 years, I never cooked. And I did not know how to cook, and particularly in a rice cooker. So in 2005, when I came to UK in Wolverhampton, my senior monk, he said, Sujan, this is a rice cooker. You cook in this rice cooker, put the rice, and then measure with this finger this much of water up, and then just close the lid. So I did, and I learned how to cook. I never know how to open the oven. I never know how to open this gas cooker. I didn't know, and I didn't know how to operate this washing machine. I didn't know how to turn on the heating system, so he taught me in one day. Okay, Sujan, this is oven, you will turn on like this. This is the cooker, you will turn like this. This is washing machine, you turn on like this, and this is the heating system, you turn on like this. Next day he flew to America, this is Canada. So I had to learn everything. And over the period of time living here, you have to use it again and again and again and again. And now, without any second thought, I know how to turn it on. Yeah? So that's the practice. The same with the driving a car. When we start driving and taking a driving lesson, it is very difficult. So many worries. You have to remember the clutch, brake, and paddles, and the mirrors, and then every time you need to look at the mirrors, and then paddles, and changing the gears, and those things. It was panicking for a few lessons. And once you've done it, beginning to know. Once you pass it, doesn't mean you are skilled in driving. That is just a independent driving license that you can drive on your own. So over the period of driving, you will learn more and more. I think Jackie, you remember, after I learned how to drive in 2012, in August 8, I drove to the Kangaroo Mountain. So I was on gear 5, going so fast, and I thought this is going to be the greatest. It will take my car up to the mountain. So short while, my car stopped. Didn't go. It began to come down. So I had to stop, brake, and then I told myself, okay, I will try one more. If not, just reverse. So when I put the gear 1, it pulled the car up, and then changed the gear 2, and changed the gear 3. And whenever I change the gear 4, it's something like, very slowed down. So I change gear 3. Now, there you go. So that's another lesson I learned from that. So that's why it is down to us what we practice. The question is, what do you practice? If you practice cheating someone, you will be very, very good at it. And you know how to manipulate it. And if you practice how to complain, which is a normal case in the UK, so you will find any way, any words, anything to complain about. And you will be very good at it. Bringing such a wonderful phrases to let others believe that what you are saying is truth. And if you are practicing to know yourself, then you will be good at it. You will be good at it. Okay? Same thing. If you practice every day meditation, spending a few moments, you will be very good at it. You do not need anyone to lead you, guide you. You will be very good at it. And that will help you to understand who you are. And that will help you to understand how our thought is defining us, ourselves, who we really are. Okay? So to understand that, we need to be here and now. Understanding our body, understanding our mind, how our mind is functioning, how our mind is conditioning, how our mind is forming, and that is affecting us in our life. And as a result, we are not having happiness, peaceful in our life. So, if we are practicing how to be peace, so you will be good at it. Any moment, anywhere, anytime. You will be peace. You will be in peace. And you will be able to let go of this judgment of the thoughts. This is not good, this is not right, that is not good, this is not that. It's the very moment when we know how to practice this insight meditation, and we will be able to catch each and every thought, what is happening in our life, in our head. And we will be able to let it go, one after another, one after another. And then, the very moment, we'll see that this is me, true me. And that's what I am looking for. So we will find ourselves, a true self. Okay? So, in our practice of insight meditation, we normally do by finding one object, and which normally we take it as a breath of the abdomen, which is the beginning of the breath or the end of the breath. That is as a home base. Based on that, we will work on finding a peace and calm of ourselves, and through that understanding and realizing about ourselves. Okay? So, rather than me talking, then just practice. So, before practice, if you have any question, yes, welcome. Okay. Right, let's do the practice then.